All right, we are here with Dylan Missry of UCLA. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us at Off the Block.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, congratulations on a great win, 3-1 versus Grand Canyon.
Thank you.
Do you have some initial thoughts just after pulling that out?
We'll take anyone we can get. It's been tough. The league has just gotten super competitive. BYU's lost a couple. They beat us. Pep's been playing well, so I think in this league right now where it's so bunched at the top that we'll take anyone we can get.
Well, I'm really glad you guys did not give us a heart attack and go to 5.
Yeah.
What was the game plan coming in, and what adjustments did you make after that very scary set 2?
Yeah, so I kind of watched a bunch of film on them, and they've kind of went through a bunch of lineups throughout the year. So I think it was dialing in on the guys that they did have or that we thought were going to play. We didn't know which guy was going to set, so we watched a lot of film. Tried to pick up some tendencies, and I think we did pretty well on a couple of their guys. A couple nice middle commits in the middle of that game got us some good points. So yeah, they're a good team though. They're scrappy, so we just had to bring our A game.
You definitely did with those commit blocks. You guys racked up 9 blocks tonight.
Oh, it's not bad.
Do you attribute that to just watching film, or are you just the guys, kind of a mix?
Yeah, so I mean, they were becoming a little bit patterned. When they were passing perfect balls, they were starting to go front one. So I think we just started committing on some of those plays because it was becoming a little bit patterned, and that worked for us.
Well, you guys went through a couple lineups yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen something like, what, 10 lineups from you this season?
Probably an understatement.
Yeah, you guys are a little bit banged up, but it looks like you're making it work.
Yeah.
What's it like having to practice and execute all of these different lineups?
I think I didn't have to experience too many different lineups because I was a cause for some different lineups. So since I've been back, first it was me and Sam at outside. It was just a change to put Mike at the outside. And today we put Kofi at opposite because of some team conduct stuff. But it's been good.
Well, you mentioned that you didn't have to go through too many of those changes. That's because we have been missing you ever so much for about a month now.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be back?
Well, I'm just so grateful. Even though my back is not where it needs to be, I'm just so stoked to get another shot to play. So no matter what health, I'm just happy to be here.
Well, you are a captain this year, and you're also a senior.
Yeah.
How has it been like to both be a leader on the bench when you couldn't play, but also being a leader out on the court? What do you feel like you bring?
I think similar to Mike, I bring some experience. I've played in some important games here at UCLA, and I think those experiences are definitely valuable for teaching younger guys of kind of the way the game works when it gets intense and things like that. You see it tonight when the game gets close and intense, some plays that don't normally happen occur. So I think it's just trying to share my experiences and what I've learned from playing in some Final Four games and things like that.
It's one of the things I was going to ask. How do you guys refocus and stay calm when you have some plays that might not have gone your way, or you have a set that didn't go your way?
Yeah, I think that's part of switching and flipping up lineups. There's a little bit of that lack of consistency we had last year with the set lineup we ran for maybe 70–80% of the year. So I think there's going to be some of those ebbs and flows with a lineup that is always changing. But I think with our core guys who've played in a lot of games, we can pull it together and run a couple strings of points in each set. And take
You've got 2 more matches coming up.
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into those, you personally and the team?
As a team, I think we're just stoked because we've proven that we can win with so many different lineups. So I think that's, I don't know, it's a comforting feeling. And also, Coach Sprawley's had a lot of faith in us and always positive and let's do this, like different lineup, and just super stoked. So I think he's good at keeping the guys' morale up as well.
Well, senior year, is this going to be the year? You guys going to go all the way?
We just got to make something happen. You never know.
Well, thank you so much. Congrats on the win, and see what happens with the next 2 matches.
Thanks for having me.